So, in our today's video, we are going to learn how to create this kind of dashboard based on healthcare data. Okay, so this dashboard is fully customizable. For example, let us say you want to change the data based on cities. So, based on the selected city, the data will get changed accordingly. Again, we have some customization option for department. So whatever department you will select, based on that, the data will get changed. Similarly, for diagnosis also, based on the selected diagnosis, the data will get changed. For insurance partner, so if you select any one insurance partner particularly, so it will change it accordingly. Then based on racism, the data will change. Based on the selected procedure, the data will get changed. At last, based on selected gender, it will get changed. So this is fully customizable option. It will show total insights for the hospital. Okay. It shows total patient, it shows total medication cost, it shows total treatment cost, it shows total insurance cost along with total billing cost. Okay. So for creating this kind of dashboard, we have three steps. So the first step is loading the data. The second step is creating measures for showing KPIs. And the third step is to create and format our visuals. So visuals are nothing but the graph, which will help us to visualize the given data. So let us begin. So let us start our first step for creating the dashboard. So the first step is to load the data. So for loading the data, we have to click on this button, get data option. So from here, we can select more. So there are 200 plus data sources from which we can load the data in the Power BI. So we can select this text slash CSV option as our data for today is present in CSV file. So we'll just click on connect. Now we have to select the report. So our report is, we'll select the path of the report. So first we will load visits. So there are 8 tables which we have to load today. So I have already checked the data. Okay, you can also check whether the data is correct or not. So instead of transforming, I'll directly load the data. So if you observe carefully, our data is getting loaded. Similarly, we have to load total 8 tables for working on this project. Okay, so total 5,000 rows are loaded now. If you want to preview the data, you can select this table view. Okay, so see, this is our data. The first column is date of visit, second column is patient ID, third column is provider ID. You will get to know what is provider, what is department, what is diagnosis, and all. Okay, so everything is there in this particular table. If you want to check the quality of the data, you can do while doing the transformation. Okay. Now, what I'll do, I'll quickly load each and every table. So till now we have loaded our first table. Now, in the similar way, let us load our second table. I'll select text.csv, click on connect, and I load provider and click on load. Once this table is loaded, I load our third table, which is procedure. Our third table is also loaded. Now let us load our fourth table, which is patient. After patient, let us load insurance. Then let us load diagnosis. Department. And till now we have loaded our 7 tables. Now let us load the last table, which is cities. Okay. So our complete data is loaded now. Okay, so we have 8 tables. What I'll do, I'll give the link of these CSV file in the description box. You can download these tables and you can also load in your blank Power BI file. Okay, now let us click on this option, transform data. So once you click on the transform data, Power Query Editor will open. Okay, so once you click on the transform, one window will open, which is nothing but the Power Query Editor. So what you have to do, basically, you have to just go on this View tab and you have to enable this, which is column quality. So what it will show total number of valid entries, percentage of error, and percentage of empty sales in it. Okay, so basically, let us check the table one by one so that we'll get to know like how many fields we have to correct. Okay, so if you check our visit table, so first column have 100% valid entry, second column has also 100%, third 100, and if you check carefully, all the columns have valid entries. But if you check this particular column, follow up visit date, it has certain blank fields. Okay, and that is fine because see, each and every patient will not have follow up. Okay, so it's fine. Then all columns are valid, and yeah, this is done. Now, second, just click on provider. So yeah, all columns are 100%. Then for procedure also, all columns are 100. Then for patient, all columns are 100. Insurance, all columns are 100. Diagnosis, 100% valid. Department, 100% valid. And for cities also, we have 100% valid. So our data is up to date. We don't have to worry about the data. Now, let us move to a second step for this project. So after loading the data, our next step is to create measures. Okay. So for that, we are going to create new table first. So we can go to home and we can select table view from here and we can select new table. So the name of the table we'll give is measures equals to, I'll put use add column function and I'll hit enter. So if you see, we have one table here now like this. Okay. So I'll just decolors visit. Now, as we want to calculate something, so I'll just click on these 3 dots and I'll click on new measure. Okay. So here we have to write down the DAX formula for calculation. Now let us say we want to calculate total medication cost. So total medication cost will be equals to sum of So as we have already aware that in our visit table we have column for medication cost, right? So use that value, close the bracket and hit enter. So see, our measure got created, which is total medication cost. So what will be the use of this measure is, if let's say if we selected card visual, okay, and if we drag this medication cost here, so it will give us the value directly. That's great, right? Now, our next measure will be total insurance cost. So again, we'll just click on three dots. I'll select new measure, total insurance cost will be equals to sum of insurance. We have total insurance cost as well. So let us check whether it is working or not. I'll select card visual. I'll drag this and it is working. Then let us create our third visual, which is total treatment cost. So again, I'll select new measure. Total treatment cost will be equals to sum of treatment cost. This is done. So we have total medication, total insurance, total treatment. Now, total billing amount. So total billing amount will be summation of medication plus treatment. Total insurance cost plus, sorry, total medication cost plus treatment cost. Okay, so this is total billing amount. And our last measure will be total patient. So it will be the count, right? So I'll just click on three dots. I'll select new measure here and total patient equals to count rows in the visit table. And if you hit enter, it will give the total count of patients. So I'll, if you drag it to the count visual, so the total number of patients are 5,000 in our data set. Okay, so this is done. We have created our measures. Now the next step is we are going to start creating our visuals. Means we are going to format our dashboards. It will show the data in the visualization form. So till now we have covered two steps. First one was the loading the data. Second one was to create measures, whatever data we want to show on our dashboard. Okay. Now, one more thing which is very important is if you go on this modeling view, okay, it will show how many tables are there in our data set and how they are connected. Okay. So this table is nothing but for our measures. So it is not connected with any other table, but every other table is connected with the visit table. So visit table is our transactional data. Okay. So I'll explain this later on. So let us move on to the third step, which is creating our visuals, means building our dashboard for the given data set. So in our previous section, we have already seen how to create measures for whatever values which we want to show on the dashboard. Now the next step is to create our visuals. Before that, we need to format our canvas. So this particular space where we are going to create our visuals is called as canvas. So for formatting that, you have to go to this option, format page, go to canvas setting. So here 16 is to 9 will be got selected by default. So instead of that, you can select custom. Width, we will keep it as 1500 pixel, and the height of the canvas will be approximately 850. So this will be the space where we are going to create our visuals from now. Okay. The next thing is we have to decide our canvas background. So what I'll do, I'll select this particular color as a background. But even though I have selected the color is not visible on the background. Why? Because the transparency is 100%. So for that, we need to reduce the transparency. It's looking great now. Now, so the first thing is on this particular dashboard, we want to show important numbers which are in the form of total patient, then total treatment cost, medication cost, insurance cost, and total billing amount. Okay, these five numbers are very important for our dashboard. So for showing that numbers, we are going to use cards. So I'll just select this card. So if you drag total patient here, so it will give the count of total patient. Okay. So let us format this visual. We'll leave space at the top so that we can put heading. Okay. So the total KPIs are five. So this size will be good. Now we have to format this visual. So we'll select the visual. Okay. I'll go to format your visual option. So this number 5000 is nothing but a call out value. So I'll make it bold. I'll change the color to dark blue. Then the next thing is uh, this total patient is nothing but category label, right? So we can make that particular as bold and we can increase the size of that one. But it is looking good, but no, we'll put 25. Okay, it is looking good. And color, same as that one, blue. Now, if you observe carefully, this background is not looking good. Okay, the background of this visual is white, and the background of the canvas is this particular color, right? That are not matching. So, what we'll do, we will just remove this background. So, we'll go to Format Your Visual, we'll go to General Setting, go to Effect. Now, right now, the background is white. We'll change it to same as the background one. It is looking good. Now, one more thing which we can do here is we can create border for this visual. So again, we need to select the visual for that one. Go to General, go to Effect, just scroll down. Visual border you have to enable. Let's see how black color looks, and it is looking good actually. Okay, so instead of corners, we'll put round corners, and we'll select it to 15 pixel. It will look more good. Okay. Now, one more thing which we can do here is if you observe there is no shadow for the visual. So what we can do, we can give gray color shadow for this particular visual. So again, go to format, go to general, go to effect, scroll down, enable the shadow and select the color of the shadow. So instead of black, we can select gray. Sorry, this was the background. Okay, I've selected black only, and now it is looking good. Just reduce the size of this one, put to 20 and make it italic. So now this visual is looking good, right? So now every time while creating a card visual, we'll not do the same formatting. Okay, what we'll do, we'll copy the format and we'll paste it. For example, let's create our second card. The size of the second card is same. Okay. Now let's say we want to show total treatment cost for that one. Sorry, total medication cost. So I'll drag this here. Okay. Now, even though I have dragged, now if I'll again go to format your visual, select the background, select the color of this one, select the size of this one. It will take more time. So what I'll do, I'll directly copy uh, my formatting from this visual to this visual. So how to do that? I'll just select the filter. I'll click on format filter and I'll click on the next visual where I want to paste the format. So if I'll go and click, so it will look like this. So both the visuals are looking good now. So this is total medication cost, but this will just reduce the size of this one. Okay, so that medication cost will be clearly visible. So we'll keep it as 15. So for this also, we'll keep it as uniform 15. This is done. But as this is in rupees, right? And it is not coming, the symbol is not coming. So what we are going to do is we'll go to table here. So total medication cost. Right now the format is whole number, right? So instead of that, we'll select the currency and then select euro for that one. Now see, this is done. Now I'll just copy this visual and paste it. Third parameter which I want to show is total treatment cost. So instead, I'll delete this total medication cost from here and I'll drag total treatment cost here. Okay, so everything is fine, only this currency symbol is not coming. So again, I'll select total treatment. Format is whole number, so I'll select currency. Instead of dollar, I'll select euro in the system. Now the next parameter which I want to show is total insurance amount. So I'll again copy the filter, I'll paste it. Instead of total treatment cost, I'll drag total insurance amount and done. So again, we'll select total insurance. Instead of general, we'll use currency. Instead of dollar, we are going to use euro. Same thing. So four important parameters we have already shown. Now the fifth parameter, which is very important, is total billing amount. So what I'll do, I'll copy the visual, I'll paste it. Instead of total insurance, I'll drag total billing amount in the field. So total billing amount is nothing but the summation of total medication cost and total treatment cost. So again, for this also, the format will be currency and the currency will be euro. This is done. Now, if you check carefully, Okay, if you check carefully, the spacing between the visuals is not uniform. Now, how to do that? Okay, so what we have to do is we are going to go on view. Okay, what I'll do, I'll select all the visuals. I'll go to format. Here we have option for align. Okay, now as we have to align these visuals horizontally, so I click on distribute horizontally. So now if you observe carefully, the space between two visuals is uniform. Okay, and it is looking good. Now on the upper space, we can put heading, okay, of our dashboard. And below that, we have APIs. So what I'll do now, see, if you drag one visual, it will get dragged. But to, for not getting, but redoing formatting is very difficult, right? So for that, what we are going to do is we will create a group of this KPIs. Okay. Now, if you drag, complete group will get dragged. Now, let us create our next visuals, which are now for next, we want to show total billing amount by procedures. Okay. So, okay, total billing amount by procedure. If you want to show that, the best thing would be first, let us see what are the different procedures which we have. Okay, so I'll select procedure table. So we have CT scan, X-ray, ultrasound, blood test, and MRI. So for that, we can use donut chart. Will increase the size of the chart. Okay. Now in this chart, we want to show total billing amount. So the values will be total billing amount. Okay. And the legend will be procedures. This is done. Now we only have to do the formatting. Formatting of this chart. So let us go to format of a visual. So legends are this one, and these are correct. After that, slices, you can set the color of the slices. These are correct. Spacing. So you can decrease or increase the inner radius as well. So 58, around 60 looks good. Okay. Then detail label. So these are nothing but the detail labels. Okay. So you can enable or disable those labels. Okay. Now let us see what are the option in detail. So right now the position is outside. You can keep the position inside as well. The next one is prefer outside and prefer inside. So if we keep percent of total, that will look good. Okay. And let us make the values for that one bold. Okay. Color, we'll select the darker one. And that is fine. Okay. This is done for legend. We'll make it bold. Color will be blue only. This is done. Go to general. Title is already enabled. We'll just make it bold. We'll again select blue for title. Next thing, background will match with the canvas. Visual border will enable, will keep black, rounded corner same as previous one, which will be 15. Shadow will enable. We'll select black color for shadow. So for title, we can align this title at center and we can increase the size, which is 80. And that is looking good. Total billing amount by procedure. Now, this is done. Now, the next visual which we are going to show is a total billing amount by departments. So, what different departments we have? Let us see. So, we have, okay, these departments, right? Got it. So, for that, we can use bar chart. Again, legend will be departments. Let's say on x-axis, sorry, on y-axis, let us show departments. On x-axis, we'll show total billing amount. This is fine. So what I'll do, I'll just copy the format from this one. I'll paste it here so that we'll have to do less formatting. So see, title, 18 font. Okay, now we have to just format x-axis and y-axis. So I'll just go on format your visual option. But if you observe carefully, these are not looking good, right? The title is looking good, but these colors are not clearly visible. So what I'll do, I'll try to use white color, and yes, it is looking pretty cool. So for numbers also, I'll use white instead of blue. And let us use white for title as well. So I'll again copy the format. I'll paste it. It is looking good. Now the next thing is, let us format y-axis. We'll make it bold, white, increase the size. Similarly for x-axis, for title, we'll make it bold. Color we'll select as white, which is total billing amount. So if you're not able to see, you can do these formattings. I'll just select this visual x-axis. Then And one more thing which I want to do here is I'll enable the grid line. I'll take the color of grid line as white only. And instead of dotted, I'll select line style as solid. This is fine. Now the next visual which we are going to show is total billing amount by diagnosis and service type. I'll use this stacked column chart for that one. I'll arrange the visual. So the ask for this visual is total billing amount by diagnosis and service type. So the values will be billing amount. Wait, on x-axis, sorry, on y-axis, let us show total billing amount. Legend, we will add diagnosis and okay, let us check first. On x-axis, we will select diagnosis. On y-axis, let us select total billing amount like this. And for legend, we can use service type. So I'll explain what this particular chart will show. So if you go on visit, if you see the column for service type, means outpatient, inpatient, and all. Okay. So this blue color is nothing but for emergency service. Dark blue color is nothing but for inpatient, and this orange color is for outpatient. Now let us say these are the different diagnoses. Okay, hypertension, appendicitis, and all. So out of 100% hypertension patient, emergency were 21.89. Okay, like this. So this is good. What I'll do, I'll just copy the format from here and paste it. So this is total billing amount by diagnosis and service type. Now, the next thing is the next visuals are pretty easy. We have patient, right? Gender. So what I'll do, I'll take this pie chart. The space is very limited, so what I'll do, I'll just increase the height to 900. Okay, this is good. So inside this chart, uh, I'll select it as legend. Okay, so gender will be male and female. Now, if you want to see how many males and how many females were there, so what you can do, you can use our measure for total patient. Okay, so 50% were male and 50% were female. So it is not giving a good idea, right? So the next visual which we can create was the cities. Okay, I'll select the stacked bar chart. Okay, I'll track cities on y-axis. Okay, let's track cities on x-axis. And on y-axis, let us track total patient. So this chart is giving the count of patients from each and every city. So what I'll do, I'll just copy the format. I'll paste it like this. The next thing which we can do is we have an insurance table here, right? So I'll just open this. So we have three types of insurance. So we can create a pie chart. Okay. Just copy paste this visual like this. Increase the size. So instead of procedure, I'll select insurance provider. So we have three insurance provider, right? So total billing amount. Instead of total billing amount, we can select total patient. And it is looking good. Okay. One last visual which we can create here was I'll go to this one. Okay. Department we have used diagnosis, we have used insurance, patient, procedures. So we can create one chart for procedure versus treatment cost. So what I'll do, I'll select this one, line and stacked column chart. I'll increase the size of this visual. So on line on y-axis, it will be total billing cost. Then column on y-axis, it will be total treatment cost. And for x-axis, we'll select procedures. So from that, we can find out which procedure is costly. Okay, so I'll just copy the format from here. I'll paste it here like this. So from that, you can easily say that X-ray is costlier than CT scan, which is costlier than like this. Okay. So this is done, right? Our dashboard is looking really good, and we can give the customization option. For example, uh, let us give slice. Sorry, for customization option, let us give slices. Okay. So what we are going to do is we'll just increase the size of our canvas again. So I'll go to format your visual canvas background, sorry, canvas settings. So instead of 950, I'll select 1000 now. So here I can give customization option. So what kind of customization we can do? We can create slices. Okay. First one will be slicer for city. So now let's say we don't want this in the form of checkbox. Okay. We want in the form of drop down. So I can select this. Let us format this slicer. So I'll go to general effect. I'll enable the visual border, which is black in color. What I'll do, I'll just copy the format from here. I'll paste it here. I have selected all the visuals consolidately, and I'll just move the crop like this. So now I can drag this as well. Yeah, it is looking good. Now I'll paste, I'll copy and paste the slicer like this. So now instead of city, I'll give option for department. So you can select department from here. It will change the data accordingly. Again, I'll copy, I'll paste. The next time, instead of department, I'll give option for diagnosis. Copy, I'll paste. Now for diagnosis, we'll give you insurance provider. So from drop down, you can select any insurance provider and accordingly the data will change. The next thing you can do is you can remove insurance provider and you can give the drop down for racism. Again, you can create new slicer. So instead of this race, you can give procedure. And at last, you can give for gender as well. You can remove procedure and you can keep gender. So you can select male and female from that one. So what I'll do, I'll just align this properly. I'll select all the slices which we have provided. I'll go to format. I'll align. I'll use distribute horizontally. Create a group of that one. I'll again select all slices. Go to format, align, distribute horizon. And this is good. Now this is done. And at last, we'll just put heading, which is health care analysis dashboard. Now, how to do that? It is very easy. We have to just select the text box. Okay. Background color will disable, and this is looking good. Okay. So this is our live dashboard. So we have created the visuals. So what we have created is first we have created the card visuals, which are showing the important numbers, total patient, total medication cost, total treatment cost, total insurance cost, total billing amount. Okay. Then we have created visuals which will show total billing amount by procedure, total billing amount by different departments, total billing amount by diagnosis and service type in terms of percentage. Now, then we have shown with the help of bar chart, total patient by different cities, total patient catered by different insurance provider, and at last we have shown the comparison of total treatment cost and total billing amount by different procedures. The next thing is we have given customization options with the help of slicers. So you can select cities. Okay, let's say we have selected two cities, so data will change according to the two cities. Now, if you select different department, it will change according to different department. For diagnosis also, it will change according to the selected diagnosis. Then at last, if you select insurance partner, you can do that as well. Okay. Then if you want to select the race, according to that one, it will change. Now at last, let's say you want to show the data for only three procedures. So you can select that as well. Now, let's say you want to select gender for female. So based on the selected gender, you can show the data. And your dashboard will update continuously. So I hope you have liked this. I hope you have learned a lot of things from here. How to prepare dashboard, how to format our visuals so that it will enhance our data visualization. Okay. So if you have liked the video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for joining with me. Thank you.